No, we'll just wait for Evan and Carly.
Yep.
And yeah.
Indeed, indeed. What did I say? Let's see here. So my D6s. $15. 15. Maybe. That's one dead pilot. That's one angry jet.
And how
Sharing it on. Oh. What is this? Hi, baby girl. What you doing? What you doing? Huh? What you doing? Do, do, do. Oh.
Give you plenty of things to eat. Other than me. And you're all just sitting there.
Correct. What's on the other side of the tree? I think you got it.
I didn't.
Unfortunately, we can't really get going until Evan and Carly are here.
Yeah.
Um,
You can message Evan or Carly and say,
well, I mean, they said they're having dinner, so
yeah. Yeah. We'll
I just messaged them because I know we changed our time for our Thursday night sessions.
right.
So they might think that we also changed this one too.
Mm-hmm.
if only rolling around could actually heal you.
Right.
Oh, damn. Damn.
If you're unsure how thick the skull is through the ear, it's
No, that's facts. I'm just saying. And that's actually an accurate portrayal of how strong jaguars are for hearing things.
Did they respond yet? Or
No. Oh, I mean, yeah. There they are.
We're coming. Sorry. Sorry.
Yeah, I was just about to message you guys and be like, you coming?
My mom called.
no? Okay,
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
it's all good.
wait, hold
It's
on.
all good.
She just got back from Cologne yesterday.
Cologne.
Yeah. She was visiting my relatives for my Aunt Catherine's 50th birthday. Ugh. I haven't talked to her in like 3 weeks.
Wow.
I apologize, please.
Sorry.
that's enough for us.
Mm-hmm.
Can I have my dice that are still conveniently there from Tuesday?
Yeah, we just keep our dice out and about now. We don't really put them away. With like 4 nights a week that are dedicated to D&D, it doesn't seem worth it to actually put them away.
That makes sense.
Okay, so hello everybody, and welcome to the next exciting episode of this, our blessed Daemon Machina.
Woo!
Yeah.
So, before we get started, does anyone have any announcements they want to make?
No, because I've already taken up like 30 minutes of your time. So no, I don't.
Yeah, nothing big to
Our
really
venue
say.
is paid for.
Our venue's paid for that.
Yay!
Nice.
Nice. Alright then, I guess we'll just get right into it with the next episode, The Urgent Change.
Yeah, isn't this like, didn't we just finish that arc?
Yep.
And Astrid passed out.
Yeah, and that's pretty much it. So our heroes, after they finally vanquished the enigmatic Madame Greyberry, they found themselves in a completely new version of Lintown, which completely did away with all the lavish and exquisite scenery to leave behind a broken and defeated and derelict area. In a suspicious move, Estrid decided to study Daston's strange journal to see what if it had any sort of connection to the strange, like, other being that uses Daston's body. After doing so, she came over with a terrible illness that caused her to start asphyxiating, basically, just like not doing well, and just her body like started to vomit like black ooze and
I
such.
remember that. I thought I just passed out.
Oh no, you vomited black ooze.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. And then yes, passed out. So yeah, and that leads into our next episode.
Benedict just runs over and tries to catch her before she hits the ground, and it has like a really, really concerned look upon his face.
Do an athletics check.
Okay. Can do. Uh, 12.
Yeah, you catch her, but it ain't like graceful. So
That's fine. He's more focused on just catching her, not how it looks.
yeah.
So
You basically see her like dripping out black ink out of her mouth and her eyes. It looks like she's on the verge of convulsing, but she's not quite there yet. But
God,
yeah,
I fucked myself up hard.
Yeah.
What did I do?
curiosity kills the cat, or in this case, the puppeteeress.
but yeah, her skin is getting even paler and sickly, and she's just not doing well.
Benedict looks over to Daston and goes, "Daston, get over here now! You gotta save her! Now!
Yeah,
You're the only one we have!"
Daston in a panic definitely runs over.
Okay, what do you do?
Shit. I only have one spell slot left after that fight. So, I'm not sure if this will work. So, in a panic, Daston tries to cast Lesser Restoration.
Okay, what does that do?
Okay, so Lesser Restoration is a status ailment healing spell. So you touch a creature and can end either one disease or one condition afflicting it. The condition can be blind, deafened, paralyzed, or poisoned. But again, I'm not sure if this is even going to work.
Okay.
Chance we have at the moment.
And now I'm out of magic.
I mean, we just finished a big old fight. I think we're okay for the time being.
Yeah.
Hope so.
Do you have to roll for it, or how does it
No, it just works.
Okay then.
If it's any of it.
And the target also gains 2d4 plus 2 hit points.
Sure. All right. She probably needed that anyway.
Wait, I gain how many?
2d4 plus 2.
Oh, do I roll for that or do you roll for
Oh,
that?
I mean, I could.
The caster roll.
The caster rolls when they give health like that.
Okay, so 2d4 plus 2, you gain 5 hit points.
Yay! I will take that. Thank you.
Only 5? Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
It's lesser restoration. It's not greater restoration.
Yeah.
It's meant more for stats.
But even still, 2d4s plus 2. Like,
Yeah.
It's meant more for status ailments, and the
Could be
hit
a
points
lot.
is just a perk.
yeah.
Yeah.
But again, better than nothing.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's better than nothing.
Um,
So yeah, Destin tries to use it on her, and of course his spell, it looks like stereotypical like yellow holy light coming out of his hands, but of course it's like flickering right now because he's so weak.
Yeah.
So, it does appear that she's calming down, but she is still not doing great. She still looks sickly. She just doesn't seem like she's immediately dying now, but she's still not great.
Help me. No, I'm kidding.
Benedict is just at this point in a full-on panic, and he lifts her up and looks around and just goes, "We gotta get as far away from this place as we can, and we need to be able to rest." And just head straight to where our carriage was, wherever it was, just to like speed things up to get out of there.
So, while you're doing that, Peony also is trying to heal Estrid at this time, and she tries to use any of her little bag of tricks, but the one she chooses,
Oh no.
No.
unfortunately, blows up in her face and knocks her out. So,
I'm still passed out, yeah?
you're not passed out exactly, but you're like at 10% energy, I would say right now. So,
And it just goes, ow.
That was gross.
Yeah, and the only
Yeah.
healing spell I have is to heal myself.
She's gonna
I
look-
don't know if it will work, but can I try a medicine check just to see if that will help?
you can certainly try.
Carly, this isn't a classroom. You don't have to raise your hand.
We do a campaign so that we don't talk.
Oh.
I was trying to talk, but everybody was talking over me, so I was
Oh.
just waiting.
What's
Oh,
up,
okay.
Carly? What's up?
She's gonna look over at Dastin and she like, Daz, I'm really sorry. I just wanted to help.
Destin instinctively takes a step back from everyone.
Oh no! Wait, I thought we were in a carriage.
No, we're going to the carriage. We're
we're
just in
heading-
the middle of the road right now.
Gosh,
We're going to the carriage.
my bad. I thought we like did like a. Never mind.
Meanwhile,
That was
while
doesn't really work.
oh, sorry. What, you still had to do the medicine check. Yeah, what's up?
I was a 7, yeah.
This doesn't seem like it's a traditional medicine kind of situation. So, she's not really poisoned exactly.
I would like to do a history check because I do remember many sessions ago, Dastin vomited up the same black stuff.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
I want to know if this is the same stuff.
She's gonna look over at Benedict and she's gonna be like, Benedict, if I die,
Don't
let
you say
my
that.
Mom get any of my shit.
Erase my browser history.
Oh, Benedict looks down at her and goes, "I love 1, you're not dying, and 2, that bitch ain't getting shit."
Cool, I'm happy we have this talk.
I rolled a 9. Not sure if that does anything.
It could be the same. It definitely feels similar, but that doesn't really help. So,
Dastin takes another instinctive step away from everyone.
How are you taking steps back when we're heading towards?
He's running backwards.
We're actively moving right now.
Yeah.
I thought we were just
She's
standing.
dying, man.
No, Benedict straight up picked her up off the ground and is walking actively towards the cart.
Oh, I didn't know we were actually moving.
He ain't waiting around for shit. He is getting away from this hellhole as fast as he can.
Okay, well, Dastin's lagging behind.
So
Could I do an Arcana check to see if it does deal with
yeah, sure, that's fine.
stuff?
Yeah.
What are you doing?
That's blue. That was like a sticker.
That's actually better than another roll I had. That's a 19 plus 6. That is a 25.
Okay. Well, let me ask you, what are you trying to do with this arcane check?
Like I said, I wanted to check and see if it has to do with Das's book and that asshole Das.
It definitely.
And if so, possibly like see if someone in the group knows something like a dispel magic or something of that nature that could possibly cut off the connection between Estrid and her having touched the book out of being a curious kitty.
Okay, well, I will definitely say that it is because of the book. And since you rolled so high, I will definitively say it has absolutely nothing to do with the Daemon Machina. So
That's perfect. That's fine.
And so as far as anyone around, not really, but you do get a familiar sense of kind of shadow magic coming by when you hear a shrill voice say, "What the hell went on here?"
Terry,
Yeah.
good to see you. Sorry.
It's not great to see me like this. And you see him back in his flaming skull form.
Penny is about to finish his body.
What happened to your wife? He looks over at Benedict.
She decided to touch Dastin's book, and apparently Dastin has a demon in it that has now made her sick.
I really missed a lot this time, didn't I?
Oh yeah, but apparently you got satisfied. So whatever floats your boat, buddy.
Thunder.
Dastin's eyes
Sexual thunder.
Dastin's eyes turned black. Well, that's what she gets when touching what isn't hers.
Shut up, you bastard.
Oh, shut up, bird boy.
Yeah.
Bird
Well,
boy.
at least I can be out and about whenever I want.
And I soon will be.
I wish I could be out and about whenever I want.
Oh, keep dreaming, Flamer.
Oh, I got it.
Who the fuck is this?
Viscera.
You haven't
Oh,
told
wait,
him
wait.
So Viscera looks at Terry, goes, "Number one, we're gonna put a pin in that, because yes, we need to help you with the body. We need to get to the cart first, though, so we'll cover that fucked up shit later. For now," she looks at Das and Dastin's body and goes,
waves.
"You are still creepy as all hell. And I happen to like creepy things normally. I don't like you. And whatever you did, you need to stop."
I don't think you'll want me to stop. I mean, this boy definitely is pretty adamant on not going along with you. So I'm gonna do you all a favor, and I'll make sure he gets to your little cart. And then he just starts keeping pace with everyone else.
Benedict is going to try one last ditch effort thing to cut the connection between Estrid and Dis and cast protection from evil and good.
Okay.
So with that, if Estrid needs to do any saving throws, she actually gets advantage on them. if they are against things such as fiends, celestials, aberration, and things of that nature. So that would cover this and things like that. So,
okay. So here's what I'm gonna do about that. Dastin,
Yes.
or Diz in this case, actually.
Yes.
I would like you to roll just a straight D20, and Estrid, I would like you to roll a D20 with advantage.
If you don't mind. You get, oh no! That one didn't count.
That counts as a roll.
No, it doesn't.
Yes, it does.
I'm gonna roll this one because I find I get better luck.
All right.
Because-
Don't you want like my dice mat or something so that it?
Ooh,
they
can
don't-
I?
Yeah, go ahead, go get it. It's on top of the printer. Yeah, that way they won't fall
I
around
shall
everywhere.
return.
and also with that, should that evil or good thing try to do something against Estrid, they have disadvantage.
Oh,
Right.
oh, that's interesting. Well,
Alrighty.
I hate to do this, Evan, but I think I'm gonna have to give you disadvantage then, because you're playing as
I'm
Diz.
fine with that.
Yeah.
On my lap.
All right.
Oh, let's hope I get better than 4 next time. Great. Ready? Blow. Not you.
Who?
Dirty.
I honestly, I was almost about to blow too, Carly. Like I was like, I mean, you used to blow for my dice, so you know.
Not Evan. Not Evan, because I'm rolling against him.
Oh, what's wrong?
Fucking hate you.
Yeah, Dis is almost to the level of
Oh,
Dr.
no.
T level
No,
cringy.
not that.
Oh, he's
Not
getting
near
there.
cringy.
He's getting there for me.
I'm not anywhere near that for me.
Okay, Evan, try to beat an 8 with disadvantage. This will be very
Okay.
interesting.
I'll
Okay,
fucking end
I'm
your life.
I'm on D&D Beyond. I'm gonna roll 2 D20s at the same time. And
Okay.
I will pick the lesser one.
Unless there are 2 rolls.
An 8 and a 3.
Hey!
So
All right,
Carly
yeah.
wins.
So
He-
by the skin of her teeth, she manages. The connection is cut. Well, not cut, but you can't do anything more to her at this point.
This just starts like slow potting, like bravo, bravo.
Benedict just as he's holding Estrid in his arms, just flips him off.
This is going to be an interesting carriage ride.
Wave.
So now that Dis has started to keep pace and Viscera towers over him, still not towers, but she's definitely taller than he is by like 7-8 inches.
Oh, definitely.
She gift slaps him on the back of the head.
This just kind of starts chuckling. Ooh, he'll definitely feel that one.
I hate you.
I don't mind. That's okay for the time being.
Yeah, we can heal him later.
Poor Dastin later. Why does my head hurt?
Book tried to fucking kill me, you psychopath.
All right. So, are you guys at the carriage now, or what's going on here?
That's kind of up to you since you're the DM.
Okay. Yeah, I will say you guys have basically made it to the carriage, but I'm going to ask you, what is the plan here exactly?
To get out of town.
Okay. So, Squidge basically, despite the fact that Peony is down for the count right now, who's taking the reins on Squidge?
This year.
All right, Vasira
But
is.
what time of day is it? What time of day is it? I will have to ask.
It's like afternoon.
Okay.
You have your
If it's
sunglasses.
high, if the sun's high in the sky, I don't care if you got sunglasses on. If it's afternoon, that bitch's still bright in the sky. I'm just saying.
You got your hood and your glasses. It's like wearing a hat
You
and
have
sunglasses.
my sun skepticals.
Yeah, you're fine.
All right, so I will attempt to drive and let the DM choose if there's disadvantage or not on perception.
On well, you are a drow, so I think I am gonna have to give you disadvantage. So
Even with sunglasses and a hood.
Again, it is bright in the fucking sky. I don't care. You're wearing sunglasses.
Wimp.
Give it a roll, Billy Joel.
Yeah.
I will say the DC isn't going to be that high. So, even with disadvantage, it's not a big deal.
Be a 7.
Squidge is not really happy with the situation, but it's gonna cooperate, but begrudgingly. So
You don't have a mouth hole, so I can't give you treats or goodies or anything.
he doesn't even have a face.
No, he doesn't. He just goes along for the ride.
So I will say I will find some kind of sludgy substance for you to bathe in later. I don't know if that would be appealing.
Weirdest ride ever.
So
We have a fancy cart and just like a homunculi. Just
That's how we roll. That's like literally how we roll.
yeah.
Quite literally.
Okay. Well, now that you've hit the road, where are you going?
Away. Benedict doesn't care at this point. He just wants out of this hellhole of a town.
Now that he's firmly like in the carriage again, Dis just kind of looks around with a smile and goes like, well, now he won't be going anytime soon. See ya. It happened again, didn't it?
Yeah.
And Terry's like, "What happened again? What are we talking about?"
Don't worry about it, sweetheart.
Please explain to me.
Dastin just kind of like pulls his hood over and he just kind of like goes in the corner of the carriage.
Benedict just looks at Terry and just goes, all right, so long and the short of it, there's this guy named Dis that lives inside Dastin's tome that he has on him at all times. Apparently he's some sort of like evil spirit thing, whether he's a demon or fiend or something like that. It's evil, I know that much. And basically is connected to Dastin's soul, and whenever he feels like just popping up to have a party, apparently he just comes out and takes control of Dastin's body and makes him do creepy evil shit.
Terry looks over at Dastin, and he says, "How did you end up with Diz?"
Dastin just kind of slowly like looks up from like his corner in the carriage and goes like, wait, you know this?
Well, only by, association. I was a wizard, remember?
Wait, how do you know this?
Sort of just hearsay and talk. I mean, I am over 100 years old too, so
That's fair.
I didn't
Cool.
think this was real. I thought it was just some old wives' tale essentially.
Oh no, he's real. He's real, and he's kind of a dick.
So I had heard. That's so strange.
What do you know about him?
Not much, I'm afraid, but I do know that pretty much exactly how you're acting is supposed to be what he does to people.
Oh shit.
Yeah, Dastin just kind of like lowers himself again.
At this point, Benedict is like sitting on like one of the couches, and he has like Estrid like laid out on her head is like flat. They paid for this night a nicer.
Yeah. It's probably
So-
like cute little box seats that are like
Oh, I was thinking all this time this was like a pilgrim-covered wagon or something.
No, not a carriage. If it was a pilgrim covered wagon, it would be a bug.
Okay.
Think. I'm guessing think like Van Helsing, where
That's what I was picturing.
Okay.
Because
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of like Wild West Victorian era style.
Yeah.
That's what I was picturing.
Okay.
Yeah, and so like Banduk is sitting there and it has like Astrid like most of her like upper half like in his lap, and he's like kind of combing her hair with his fingers, like making sure that she's like okay, and he's like hold on and just looks over at Terry and just goes, Terry, would you happen to know if anyone has ever been able to cut the connection with Dis without dying?
That I have no idea. But I might know someone who does.
Oh? And who would that be and where would they be?
And you see him think for a minute. If we can... It's a 3-day drive. I don't know... But if we can make it to Cartertown... Maybe... And he just pauses for a second. You meet a lot of people when you work for Marcus Kilgrave. A lot of people who love magic and science and all that sort of thing. A few years back, there was some foolish little fellow who thought he could find the lady's lair all by himself. And he failed. But he did seem to know what he was talking about. I do remember that Lara tried to make a pass at him. If we can get to Cartertown, and maybe he might be able to help her, but I don't know. But, yeah.
If we make it to Cartertown, he has to help me and Aston.
I don't know if he can do it, but he's the only one I know nearby that probably could.
Worth a shot.
All right. Which direction do we need to be heading?
We'll just say Terry starts directing you in the way you should go. So...
As this is happening, Esther looks at Benedict, right? Because she has, like, black
It's this-
food coming out of her mouth.
I
and
will
her
say
eyes.
you're not really, like, spilling it out as much anymore,
Okay.
so...
Well,
Yeah.
she probably has, like, stains, no?
Yeah, no, there's definitely stains and, like, puddles that you've created,
She's gonna
so...
look at Benedict, and she's gonna, okay, tell me the truth. How bad is it?
On a scale of the beauty of mom and the ugliness of your mother when she's slammered, you're more like that one time that we were dancing in the rain, we fell down in the mud and we were just covered in mud in the rain and we were just laughing.
So
So,
I
like-
don't look like I'm dying. I look like I'm dirty.
Yeah, and we just need to go take a nice hot bath together. Yes.
I can live.
And uses the brush and comb her hair with his hand and deeper comfort. At this point, he's taking off his blazer and put it over her to try to like keep her comfortable at this time.
It's so sweet.
Okay. So for the sake of expediency, we're gonna say that you have been traveling for 3 days, but I am going to real quick roll a d20. Carly, what is your AC?
Give me 1 second.
Did all of us at any time during this 3-day drive take a long rest?
I mean, you can. I mean, it's gonna be kind of hard for Estrid right now.
I was gonna say, like, could Dassin during those 3 days at some point have done things like cure wounds and lesser restorations and things
I
like
have
that.
no more spells left. I need to know if we took a long
I-
rest first.
I know, during that time period, I'm sure there's like.
If we're allowed to take a long rest, Mr. DM, can he have done that?
I'm gonna say you guys are allowed to do a short rest because you guys are kind of in a panic right now, so a long rest probably wouldn't make much sense.
I'll accept that. By
Yeah.
the way, my armor class is 14.
14? Okay.
Oh my god, Dinah.
All right.
Right here.
You're fine. I was gonna take off like 5 hit points if it passed, but it didn't. You're fine. So. Alright, so...
We're doing a thing here, guys.
So with that, should I wait?
Oh, she's still in the same room, so you're fine.
Okay. So, yeah, so you've basically made it to Cartertown at this point. It's not a bad town, not in the way that Lintown was, but it's not creepily nice like Lintown was when you first arrived either. So
Good.
it just looks very normal, nothing too flashy, but nothing too like disturbing about it or just like
I'll
run
take
down.
normal.
Yeah.
Normal is good. Normal is good. I'll take normal today.
Something normal after Stepford Wife Country.
Great.
Alright. So what do you guys do first?
Well, for Benedict, you just want to go straight to that person's place, wherever it might be.
Dastin's gonna want to go straight there as well.
I'm assuming that I washed my face, yeah? In the 3 days.
Sure. Yeah, that's fine.
We found a river on the way.
Well, no, like we have water skins and stuff. Somebody can just pour some out of cloth and I can just. I won't
Yeah.
have that shit on my face the entire time.
We seek him here, we seek him there. Yeah. Okay, so Terry looks at all of you and says, "This is as far as I know. I don't know where he lives. I never really even met him."
Would I know? Based on like our trading with people and stuff like that?
I am going to say definitively not.
Cool. Never mind.
I know his name is Sergio. That's all I know.
To find a person and ask them.
That is a great
There you
idea.
go.
Why don't you do that?
Good.
That was my next thing.
All right. What would you like? Would you like me to roll, or is there just a person? Are there plenty?
I'm gonna make you roll a perception check, but again, it's gonna be very low, like the DC.
Gotcha. What time of day is it?
It's been 3 days. Let's say you arrive actually in the morning.
How early in the morning are we talking?
Well, you guys were in a hurry, so I'm gonna say very early in the morning.
All right, you're fine.
Like it's still dark.
No.
No, then that would be an 8.
Okay. Well, again, that's not terrible. You do at least see one like older fellow, like a dwarven fellow, like right in front of you. That it's probably good to ask. So.
Gotcha. Yeah, Viscera walks up, hood mostly covering her face, and goes, "Excuse me, sir.
Yes. What can I do for you?
By any chance, do you know of a man named Sergio who may have some information about deities?"
Ah, Sergio. Yes. Well, we do know him, but we don't speak with him very much. He lives up at the old abandoned university up the hill.
Sir.
Every once in a while, he comes down to, like, help us out when he can, but besides that, he pretty much stays by himself. If you need something from him, it might not be the easiest thing for you, but...
Okay. When you say he comes down to help, what do you mean by that? What does he help you with?
Well, unfortunately, we don't have a doctor in this town, so he kind of sometimes serves as a physician. He does it for free. You know, God's bless him, he does it for free, but, you know, he's not really a doctor, he just does what he can.
Okay, Dr. Correja.
Ow! Okay, everybody. Hi, Dr. Nick. It was my arm.
So yeah, Visera looks at the rest of the group and goes, "All right, we need to go to the university." And then she looks back at the dwarf man and goes, "I'm sorry to be so, rude. What is your name?"
My name is Chester.
Chester. It's nice to meet you. Thank you for the information. Please, if while we are in town, if you need any help with anything.
Well, I'll
Please
say
let-
this. I'll be impressed if you get to actually have a conversation with him longer than 10 minutes.
I think we'll find some very. I think we have something interesting that he'll find very. He'll want to talk to us for longer than 10 minutes about.
We can be very persuasive. By the way, thank you for your information. That will certainly help us out. And he gives the dwarf man 1 gold piece.
Oh, thank you. Well, good luck on your travels.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you.
Good God.
I'm sorry. I'm normally really pretty, I promise.
It is like helping hold her up and goes, "You are beautiful. You are beautiful, my angel. Come on, let's go get you to the nice wizard man."
Chester, I'll remember that.
Dastin, still now kind of lagging behind again, just goes, "Sorry," and he just keeps walking.
Quit apologizing. You're fine. We don't blame you.
It's sad bean.
All right, so you make your way up the hill. Estrid is not terrible, but still not doing great. It's probably good to get this done as soon as possible. So you arrive at the university. It's just one building. When he said it was abandoned, he meant it. It doesn't look like it's been used for a very long time. Pretty much it's just being held together like it's just a regular house at this point. And even then, it doesn't seem like it's like the weeds and the gardens haven't been tended to or anything like that. It barely seems like somebody lives here, except that some lamps are lit, or seem to have been lit before. So
Benedict knocks on the door loudly.
all right. So you don't get a response quite yet.
Well, that's rude.
It is a big place. You might be having a bit of trouble getting here in your, 5 seconds that, since you knocked.
Well, I will try again. And Benedict knocks again.
And Visera just kind of rolls her eyes. She's like, it's.
Suddenly you hear,
Who bangs on my door?
So, pay no attention to the man behind the curtain?
Benedict just goes, "My name is Benedict Fitzgerald, and I'm here with my friends, and we have information about a certain long-forgotten god and their effects upon people that we thought you might be interested in."
you see a pause for a minute, and then you hear the voice continue.
If you wish my help, you must prove to me that you seek only noble intentions.
Right?
Dastin blinks. Ah, well, the jury's out on me then.
You
I'm gonna need you to go over like there.
What? You're
Go
all such
over
good
there.
company.
Go over there.
So
Go over there.
Visera's like, can you see us right now?
Yes.
Okay, you see this one, and she points to Estrid.
To Albert Einstein, yes.
Trying to help currently, so if you
I am Albert Einstein.
Your hair might be looking like Albert Einstein right now, but you know.
And
blonde and sickly.
you hear another pause for a second, and then the voice says,
Fine. In this case, I will help you. Just 1 second.
and then you wait a few minutes. The doors creak open, and you see this kind of rather awkward, pale, white-haired fellow. He's a bit shy looking. His long hair kind of covers his face a bit. He's wearing big spectacles. He's rather slim. He's not super skinny, but he's not muscular in any capacity either. He looks about as tall as Benedict. And
Does he have a top hat?
no, he does not have a top hat.
Why would he have a top hat?
Let me-
If you pass,
let me
He might have one. I don't know.
if you pass and go, did we collect 200?
How did we get the Monopoly Man out of this character? That's what.
Wizard of Oz reference.
Oh, okay, all right.
But I will gladly take Monopoly too. They do look
Yeah. Money bucks or money bags or whatever his name is.
Yeah,
That's it.
but
So
so
the
the
bear from Spyro.
Yeah.
so the dude's like 6'10" and maybe like 170.
That's
No, I meant 6 foot and 170.
okay. I was
Yeah,
gonna say
6'10".
I didn't know taller than Basira.
You're not a Goliath, dude. Jeez.
Well, hey, a human being can be 6'10", all right?
Right.
Yeah, I mean Shaquille O'Neal's human, Yao Ming's human.
But yeah, no, he's more like 6 foot. Yeah, and very, very slender, but like muscular slender. And he basically, you see him shyly look.
I will say he is more than a foot taller than Esther then, because Esther's
Yeah.
my height, which is 5'4".
He's not a foot taller.
6 foot even.
6 even.
Okay, enough about the guy's height.
Sorry.
So he looks at all of you shyly, like kind of not fully like making eye contact with any of you, saying, She needs my help."
Yes, she happened to touch this tome, and he kind of grabs Das and like turns around and points at the tome and goes, "Which houses an evil being that most people think isn't alive anymore." And then he kind of turns Das in the background and goes, "It's going to be okay. However, I need to quickly talk to the man behind the door. Your mind door. We're just like a sect."
Wait, what are you talking about? I never thought
I
you
love
would.
to think it makes that exact noise.
Yeah.
Ooh, I'm getting requests now. This is going to be fun.
Just for 1 second, you see this evil-looking, creepy dude right here that makes you cringe?
Hi.
His name is Dis, and we don't like him. All right, can we please have Dasin back?
We don't like this man. I'm sorry. It was right there. I apologize. Please continue.
Sergio looks around for a second and says, "Did the same thing happen to the fairy?"
I don't think did the fairy touch the book?
No.
No.
No, Peony never touched the tome.
Remember, she
No.
tried to use her tools on Estrid and it exploded and knocked her out?
Oh.
Oh yeah, he looks over at the fairy and just goes, "No, she tried to help out my wife here, who decided to touch the jerkwad's tome, and it blew up in her face, and she got knocked out."
You
She's
don't
been-
have no eyebrows.
Well, let's just
Yeah.
say that Peony's kind of been in and out through the whole 3-day journey, basically. So
Yeah, she's been resting. She it took a lot out of the small one.
and Sergio just kind of is like, "All right, bring them both in. I'll see what I can do."
Awesome, cool. Come on, guys, we're gonna get some help here. And Benedict helps out Estrid through the door.
Basira makes sure
I
she's
can do. I'd like to help out.
No, you go back inside your toe.
Yeah, you,
Ah, I want to stay. I want to look
No.
around. This is a new town.
You go over there.
Wait, no.
you go in the corner and you.
I the bookcase.
We
What bookcases?
I
We're
don't
still
know, I'm assuming-
outside.
Yeah.
They walked in.
No,
No, not yet.
Just said
no,
that he...
Benedict is walking inside with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we haven't.
Oh.
Sergio looks at Dastin Diz and basically says, "Actually, I'm going to have to ask you to stay outside."
Oh, that's perfectly fine. I'd love to look around this town.
Yeah, you're not going anywhere without supervision, so I'll go with.
Oh, come on. I'll behave.
Thank you,
I doubt
Vasira.
it.
Thank you, Vasira. I
Thank
appreciate
you.
it.
You're so fun.
And Benedict looks at his Raven and goes, "Mom, join them. I want to make sure that there's more than one higher being, making sure that this other one is behaving." And the Raven just caws and just flies over, just promptly lands on Vasira's shoulder, and just, and then looks at Dis, and then the eyes go from their normal sort of like dark to a golden fiery gold, and just like burn straight into like Dis's eyes, and then just to show that the Raven Queen is there and is watching.
This just goes,
I really don't like you. She's looking at Dis. I really don't like you.
oh, little drow. What you like isn't a factor. Now come, let's see the sights. Come on. I want to have fun today.
All right, we'll cut back to you guys in a bit.
I don't know what it is about this. I hate him.
Right?
Because he's literally the radio demon.
No, if he was Alistair, I would enjoy him. I don't like him anyway. He's not even annoyingly charming anyway.
So Sergio guides Benedict to put Estrid's body onto the table, basically. And
He lifts her up and sets her down.
Sergio basically starts rummaging around for tools and like potions and stuff, and he's like, just give me a minute. I know I have stuff here that might be able to help. And so he basically starts rummaging around. You see him grab a couple of bags and take out some tools and get some books. He basically lays a bunch of books on the table.
Mm-hmm.
And he looks over at Benedict and says, "What kind of creature, what kind of demon is it?"
Not exactly sure. Definitely has the ego of at least a lesser god, if not some sort of devil. But he definitely gives off the feeling of evil, and when I cast protection from evil and good upon my wife, it seemed to help break the connection between her and her having touched the tome that carries him within.
Have we told him that it's this yet?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know why I was fucking blanking
They
on
literally
that.
just introduced me to him.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, we said the name yet.
Yeah,
They
Benedict was like,
they did.
For
Yeah.
some reason, it was blanking in my mind. Never mind.
So Sergio looks over Estrid. He takes out a stethoscope and starts hearing her heart. All right. Well, her heart is beating fairly fast. He looks over at Benedict and says, "What race is she?"
I'm human.
All right.
yes, she is human.
All right. That might make things a little more difficult, unfortunately. He looks over at
I've
Estrid
known
and says,
this for me my entire life, my friend.
he looks over and he says, "Estrid, was it?"
Yeah.
You can hear me.
Yeah.
All right. I need you to try and breathe very slowly. And then he takes out a few items. Like they have some mystic they almost seem to have some alchemic elements to them. Where he just one of them seems to be some sort of like pendant, and the other one appears to be a kind of like it's almost like a sort of like crab-like looking object that's golden that he sticks on her chest. You okay? You're not.
And I'm still getting.
You're really getting into the role play right now, aren't you, Carly?
I know, right? Like,
All right. So and he sticks the pendant on her forehead. So he basically looks through one of his books, and he says, "I'm not entirely sure if this is going to work, but if it is how you described, this might be something I can do." And you see him speak a few incantations, and suddenly Estrid begins to convulse.
Rotation of a deer bean. Rotation.
What the hell?
you activated my Siri.
You activated my trap card.
But yeah, Estrid begins to convulse, her eyes roll back in her head, and but you begin to see sort of like the black ooze sort of form into an orb outside of her body under the crab-like golden like tool. And it and as it forms, the golden tool starts to turn upside down, and you begin to see that it looks more like a hand that's holding it like an orb. And then the black ooze fades. And suddenly Estrid stops convulsing and just begins to like her body goes a little limp, but she's still breathing heavily. So
Benedict watches all that and kind of takes a deep sigh, like a deep breath and sighs out, and then kind of brushes the back of her hair and kisses her on the forehead, and using my wife as a model for my D&D wife.
That's so cute.
And then looks over at him and goes, "Is that like Dis's magical hold upon people that touch his tome?"
for people who aren't meant to, yes.
Am I passed out right now, or am I?
You're definitely feeling like on the verge of passing out, but you're still kind of awake right now. So
I need to help Dastin.
how long has he had that tome?
He's had it for a while now, a good while, at least. I think
For him, it's been like 3 years.
Yeah, but I was trying
But
to
Benedict
remember.
wouldn't know that. That's the thing. So
Oh, right.
No, but
I said
that-
history check.
I know. I think you said he said like he's had it for like a couple of years, but I don't think he ever stated exactly 3 years to the team.
Longer than we've known him.
Yeah, Bennett's like, yeah, I think he said something like a couple of years or so at least. So, it's gauge anywhere between, I don't know, 2 to 5 years or so, somewhere around there.
all right. So if at this point it still hasn't had some miraculous plot that it's planning at this point, then that probably just means that it just wants a vessel. Let's get this Dastin fellow in here as soon as possible.
All right, and then Benedict goes to kind of go to grab him, but then just kind of stops and thinks about it, and then looks over at the old man and goes, "Should what you did to Estrid or something similar not work, What-
Okay. Before you continue, Sergio's not an old man.
This entire time, I thought he was an older gentleman.
No, he's more like he looks like 25. So
I'm
Sorry.
picturing him wrong this entire
yeah.
time.
Sorry. Go on,
Yeah.
Benedict.
Yeah, pretty much.
Me too.
I just about lost my train of thought there. I'm trying to think back to what I was thinking.
So before you
Oh
go
no,
again-
I know. I was just trying to think where I was going, but then Liam like literally just like wiped my mind for a second there.
Sorry.
Well, because you described him like an old man, but like still like a strong old man. It's basically how I was picturing him.
Yeah.
Especially since like you led up with our flaming skull head that's hundreds of years old knows of like at least one person. It's like, well,
Right.
that okay. So Benedict stops, turns and goes, so should this not work, what you did for Astrid or what you're trying to do, would it take a higher power to reverse whatever happened onto Dastin?
Sergio kind of looks around and he says, I don't know. Maybe so, maybe not. I would imagine what I have done is probably going to be fine, but I do think she should stay here for a few days.
That's fine. And I thank you for your help with her. What my concern is, should what you planned to do to Dastin not work, would it require a higher power to at least keep it at bay, if not sever the connection? Because what Dis has said is that should Dastin be separated from the book even a little bit, it's connected to his soul, and Dastin will die. And we've already seen the effects of it for only being a couple feet away from him. So my question is, if you do something similar to Dastin, like you did to Estrid, and it not work, would it take something like God, be they good or evil, to sever that connection?
He looks over at Benedict and he says, let me see him first and then I'll answer your question.
My worry is if you do see him first and it doesn't work and you potentially die because of it, we won't have an answer. That's why I'm asking you now in preparation for that.
You may have to talk to a higher power, but I don't even fully understand what this thing is, so I don't know what kind of higher power you talk to.
Benedict just nods and goes, well, good thing I at least have a connection with one god. So hopefully we can get answers that way, should it come to that. Thank you. And he goes to go and try to find Dis, if Dis hasn't already gone gallivanting across the town.
Well,
I mean, he is Sarah and your man.
Yeah.
Your man pro.
all right. Well, with that, why don't we go over to Dis and Vasira for a minute, so and see what they're up to.
Are there like, is there like a market with like little food stalls here?
Yeah.
In this
Yeah, there is.
Okay, Dis has already bought himself like a bag of, I don't know what the medieval equivalent is, like a bag of pretzels or something. But Dis got himself
Roasted oats or something like that.
Yeah, he got himself like roasted oats from like Navy Pier. And yeah, he is just like munching them, and he's just like looking at everything.
Okay. I mean, everybody's kind of ignoring you, but there are a few people who are kind of just like weirded out that Dis is looking at them right now.
Yeah, these cinnamon roasted almonds are amazing. Vasera, you sure you don't want these?
No.
No.
She's just like she's semi unconsciously like playing with her necklace as she's watching him and just like no, I just don't like you. I don't know what else to say. I just don't like you.
Okay, sweetheart, you really have to think up different things to say about me. You don't like me. You say I'm a creep. Like, get creative. Come on.
I'd really
Jeez,
rather
your
not.
ancestors were more creative.
Yeah, there's sometimes the classics just work way too well. It's
Oh, pretzels are medieval. That's interesting.
He's not worth more creative insults.
No.
He's not worth the effort.
Really?
No, we went with like roasted oats or almonds.
Oh.
But
Wait,
apparently
wait.
pretzels are medieval. I wasn't aware of that.
Yeah, that's what I thought I heard Liam say, and I
Yeah.
was curious.
Okay, I'm going back to what I heard. I said I got pretzels.
Sugar,
I mean,
sugar almonds called comfits existed too. That's what D&D mom says.
Ooh.
So,
What?
Yeah, I mean, you think about how easy pretzels would have been to make, especially back then. You just
Artie's
need
got a question.
okay.
No. I was saying, can I ask a question if I heard something correctly? And then I was gonna say very quietly, you fucking whore.
All right.
Please continue. I was trying not to interrupt.
Anyway, okay. So Dis is looking around. Vasira is trying to agitate him.
She's not trying to agitate him. She's just weirded out and creeped out by him.
Okay. Well, what do you guys do? What are you doing now?
Well, Dis walks right up to Vasira and now looks at the bird and goes like, "Come on, birdie, I know you want some seeds. Come on, here you go. Here you go."
It's fine.
And if you don't mind me, Liam, saying this, if it's okay with you, the bird that is called the Morgan, the raven just looks at him and just goes, "At least I'm not confined to a tome, you lesser fiend."
Oh God.
I knew you could talk.
Ooh, I like it.
Sierra doesn't hear this.
I find it so funny that now both Diz and Dastin both talk to birds. So,
Oh yeah.
Sarah just to look at the raven and go, "I like you."
And the raven looks over and pecks her on the cheek, but it doesn't feel like a
It's like a motherly kiss.
Yeah, it doesn't feel like a peck to you. It actually feels like a pair of lips just gave you a motherly kiss upon the cheek, and then looks over at.
That's impressive that a bird can do that, but okay.
It's literally the vessel of a god. So
Right.
It's just like a light peck.
It's like a light peck.
It's not a peck. It's not like a heavy peck. Like, man, I'm gonna peck out your eyes. It's just a little.
Yeah.
Okay. So. All right. We'll just say that Benedict finds you guys at this point. So.
Oh, bird boy, we're over here.
Bird boy.
Oh my.
Stay cool, bird boy.
And as he's walking,
Yeah, the dinosaur.
as he walks,
Nice stage. I'm sorry.
as he walks up, Morgan just flies over, lands upon Benedict's shoulder, and kind of whispers in his ear and just goes, "Oh, so you actually talked for once. Interesting. You normally only do that when you feel like you need to. I guess he is really that annoying."
Yeah, no, he really is.
He just walks up and goes, "All right, the wizard would like to see you now," and points at Des and goes,
The wizard will see you now. Sorry.
and just goes, just with two fingers, "Come on," and then turns and begins guiding them to the.
Oh, someone wants to see me. So exciting.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you all walk back up to the university. The door is closed again. So
Knock on.
Yeah. Yeah, Benedict knocks on the door
okay.
again.
Vasira, are you with them, by the way?
Yeah, she's following. She doesn't
Okay.
trust as far as she can throw him.
Okay.
Yeah. I wouldn't either.
You see the door open again, and you see Sergio just immediately looking at Diz, sort of just scanning. You see Sergio get incredibly uncomfortable around Diz.
That checks.
Everyone come in, please.
Nice place you've got here.
Not really, but thank you. So
Nice place you got.
nice fucking model. All right. Anyway, so he looks at everyone except Diz and basically says, "Do amongst just make yourselves at home for now until Miss Estrid feels better. I think it's best if you all stay here." And he looks over at Diz and says, "Diz, you got something on your face." There you go.
This is right here.
Yeah.
It's a very smug look,
Yeah.
and we don't appreciate it.
Not approved.
Little do you know that behind it, I have a smaller, smugger face.
Huh. All right. So he looks at Diz and says, "I'd like you to meet me in my study."
Very well.
So and he quickly, and before they both leave, Sergio looks back, and he sort of looks at Vasira for a second, and then he turns back around and goes back with Diz.
That's suspicious.
Sus.
Don't like that.
And so he closes the door behind himself and Diz, and he basically looks at Diz and says, "Sit anywhere you like."
Don't mind me, then. He just finds, like, the plushiest looking chair, and he just goes, ah!
Ugh.
So without really looking at Diz at all, Sergio's just kind of fiddling around in his study, basically saying, "So how long have you been with this fellow Daston?"
Oh, I'd say I've been with him for ever since he found my little prison. I think we're going on for about, I think we just recently passed the 3-year mark. 3-year, give or take 4 months.
3 years.
Oh,
What?
yes.
Why hold on to a body that long?
Because Daston just fascinates me. We have all these stupid, silly little humans who only seek their own greed, their own power, only seeking to further themselves in life. Daston has intrigued me. He always craved things that were different than typical little stereotypes. He craved knowledge, he craved learning, he craved the tinier details of life. I must say, something like this, a person like him who craved knowledge, well, a book like mine was definitely something that he sought. He wanted to try and find all the knowledge of the world and document it, and make it freely accessible for everyone when he finally grew old. I mean, who wouldn't love a boy like that?
Actually, it sounds like he and I would get along quite well.
Oh, I'm sure he would. He's just taking a little nap right now, but if you're going to talk, I do suggest you hurry up. I have a feeling he might be waking up soon.
And so he keeps fiddling around in his study, and he basically asks, "But what do you want? What are you after?"
Oh, a lot of people ask me that. Most recently, my dear companions. What I crave, quite simple. It's nothing.
So, a being who wants nothing is controlling a man who wants to learn everything.
Controlling Daston was rather quite simple. He craved knowledge. He found a way to record said knowledge. I pretty much got free piggybacks for the rest of his life. But for me, I don't just want nothing. I guess you could say that I am nothing. I am nothingness. I am void. But that doesn't exactly mean that I'm void of desire. I don't just simply want nothing. I wish to return all to nothing.
You see Sergio pause for a second. He looks down again. And if this Dastin dies?
Well, then I guess I'll just be stuck in my book for a little bit longer, wait another few human generations for you all to die off, and then propagate with more spawn of yourselves, and wait for the next fool to pick up my book, and then we start the whole game all over again. I've been alive for eons. I can wait a little bit longer.
Yeah.
What if I told you I knew how to destroy you?
Oh, do tell. Oh, that just makes things so much more exciting. Actually having stakes in this. Oh, please, please do go on.
And Sergio kind of is looking through his library. And he basically looks through some books one more time, and he says, "One last question, though."
Oh, I'm an open book, so to speak.
The boy doesn't know you exist, though.
Oh no, he's only just become recently aware of my existence. His friends told him so. Apparently, I popped up one too many times for their comfort.
So why? Why wait?
Because this boy Dastin finally has the capacity to be able to help me achieve my goals.
Interesting. So, I suppose you and I can finish this conversation later. But for now, I think I'd like to meet this Dastin properly.
Oh, right on time too. I can feel him starting to stir a little bit. Ta-ta! And then he just kind of like his head lowers. Dastin wakes up and he goes like, "Ah! Ah!" It happened again, didn't it?
I'm sure you're very confused right now.
No, I think I can kind of figure out what happened.
My name is Sergio D'Angelo.
Dastin Gilberson.
I've had a meeting with your other self.
He didn't do anything, did he?
No.
How's everyone else?
If you mean Estrid, I've managed to sedate her. For now.
Oh, God.
As for this, he did nothing.
Alright, that's good.
For now, I'd like you to return to your group. Tell them I will join you all in just a bit.
Okay. Where are they right now?
They're probably with Estrid in the kitchen. That's where I had to perform the ceremony to try to save her.
Oh, they're here. They're here. Okay. Out this way?
Yes. It's all right to walk around. Just please try to respect my privacy.
Oh, I completely understand. Absolutely. And Dastin just kind of like shuffles a bit, kind of goes withdrawn a little bit, and then he goes out the door to find the kitchen.
Dastin, one more thing.
Yeah?
I learned of your goal at the end of all this.
You did?
I find it very noble.
Knowledge should be available for everyone. And then Dastin walks out.
All right. and we are going to take a short break, and we will come back in just a bit. So, all right.
Yay!
See you all in just a bit.
See ya.
All right, welcome back, everybody, to the second half. So, where we last left off, Gaston was returning to the rest of the group in the kitchen, with Estrid still lying on the table, relaxing.
In the kitchen with a knife.
Yeah. So, what do you do?
Daston finds everyone, but he doesn't enter the kitchen. He's just kind of peeking around the corner going, hi.
Daston, get in here. Come on. You're still part of this group, Daston. Come on.
He just kind of like shuffles in. He's still got like the hood and up and everything.
Daston.
You can't steal my thing, and she just yanks the hood off.
Estrid's gonna like very, very
Aren't
carefully.
you still passed out?
Am I?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Yeah.
never mind.
Well, I mean, you're kind of passed out, but...
Yeah, she's at like, I think you said that she's at like 10%.
Yeah.
I'm charging.
You're sleep talking.
You're currently
Daston,
charging.
is not your fault.
Yeah.
He's still just kind of like shy, just like.
Is not your fault.
Daston, we don't blame you. You're not the one that did this, so do not take the blame upon yourself.
I'm still the one that found the book.
Yeah, but it's literally.
Did you know?
Yeah, did you know that there was an evil being of mass nothingness within?
Wait, that's what this thing is?
No, well, I don't know. Just whatever. He's evil, is what he is, and just doesn't want anything. So that's what I'm calling him.
Can we don't know?
No. He did say that. He said he didn't want anything when we were going up to get to find the Demon Machina. We're like, what do you want? He's like, I don't want anything. I just am here.
Okay.
Well, no, specifically he said he desired nothing.
Nothing.
Like those were his specific words.
Oh, I know that was to
Yeah.
to
Yeah, but when we're going
No,
up
he
to
said that to you guys as well.
yes,
But he never elaborated beyond that.
right with us, yeah.
All right. So is that it? Are you guys,
Yeah, now Daston's there. Now he's just kind of sitting in a chair, just like keeping an eye on Estrid.
Viscera kind of wants to explore the university because she doesn't like to sit still.
Okay. Well, again, it isn't that big of a building. It's just one. Yeah. All right.
Bendix not gonna leave Astrid's side again.
Okay.
He's just gonna sit there and be holding her hand, and he's actually gonna be sitting like right next to Daston because he doesn't want Daston to feel as though like we're trying to avoid him, because he's not mad at Daston. He's mad at the evil thing within the tome.
He's mad at the situation.
Well, yeah. The literal situation that's inside the tome. He's not mad at Daston. If anything, he feels bad for Daston and wants to make sure Daston can get rid of this thing. So, but he's holding on to Estrid's hand, and in his mind, he's thinking, if this is just what one touch of the tome would do to Estrid in this situation, he can't fathom what the tome is and this is doing within Daston that Daston doesn't even realize.
Right. Okay. Well, then why don't we focus on Viscera for a little bit? So, all right.
Hey.
So, what would you like to do specifically?
So I guess might see if there is a library, because I mean, like, obviously this having been a university, hope there would be books on different things, big thing. I mean, another thing she might be looking for is, if there's any other ways to, learn, if there's any books she might be able to ask if they can bring with them that, like, medicine and healing and such that might come in handy later on down the road.
Okay, so do you want to do this on your own, or did you want to, like, ask Sergio or something like that?
Let's ask Sergio.
Okay, as you walk out, you do see him leaving his study. So
yeah, she just kind of walks over and is like, "Excuse me, Sergio.
yes, how can I help you?
Is there a library here that might have some books on medicine and healing? I'm not sure what kind of university this was, but would hope there may be something helpful."
You see a little smile on him as Vasira says that, and he says, "Oh, yes, there very much is a library. It was one of the few things that actually made this a university. It's up the stairs if you'd like to see it."
That would be wonderful. Is there anywhere, I know that this is your home, so I wish to be respectful of your space. Is there anywhere that I should avoid going?
Pretty much everything at this point is where I need it, so only my study and my bedroom are the two places that I'd prefer people not to enter.
I can do that.
Here, let me show you up to the library.
Perfect. Yeah, Viscera follows.
Perfect. Yeah, that's too cool.
So, he shows you up there. The doors are kind of big, but they're not that big. You enter the library, and it's a very modest library. Like, it's well stocked, but it's nothing compared to what, like, Madame Greyberry had in Lintown or anything like that.
Right.
So he basically starts showing you around while still avoiding eye contact, where he's basically just like, "So, this place was a university for about 10 years before it was abandoned. Unfortunately, they just ran out of funding and weren't allowed to stay around. The people were kind enough to just let me have this place because, bless them all, they're not the most intellectual group of people, so they were like, they thought I could get more use out of this place than they could. In exchange, I offer my services in case they need it. Just recently, I helped a young girl who was dealing with a rather bad disease. I was able to help cure her. Well, not cure her, but you know what I mean."
I understand. Now, how did you come to find this place? Like, are you from here, or?
Oh no, I'm definitely not from here.
Not much of a conversationalist, are you?
I'm sorry, no, never been much for one. There's a reason I live by myself, so secluded from everyone else.
That's all right. I'm not used to traveling with groups of people either. This is the first time I've had a group to travel with, and I've got to tell you, it's solitary. It sounds nice at times.
I'm sure it does.
All right, so where would be the best area to look in here? You know what? Are there any books in here on deities as well? Not just this, but maybe other.
There are a few books on religion, but most of this is basic science or alchemy.
All right. So the books on medicine, healing, where would those books be?
And he directs you to the right. This big wall pretty much has everything you could possibly need. Some of it is just a bunch of hokum to me. Like, some of them even talk about, like, some guardian of the abyss.
Do you know what books those are in, perhaps?
I think I left them on the second to top middle shelf. Here, let me just show you. It's easier to show you than explain it. And he takes out a couple of the books. He blows on them, and he says, "Yes, this is it. Yeah, these are the ones."
Thank you.
If you don't mind me asking, what are you looking for?
I always find it's better to be prepared for anything, and, well, if we've run into Disc now, who knows what other beings we could be contacted by, I suppose you could say. No better term for it than that, I guess.
I have a few theories on what this might be, but I'm not entirely sure.
Would you mind sharing?
Well, I had a thought that it might be some sort of devil gin, considering it was laid in a object. But devil jinn don't typically possess other human beings. So that's why I thought it might be some sort of parasitic creature.
Okay. It would make sense, although it would have to be a very old parasitic creature.
The problem is, it doesn't want anything out of Daston.
So why is it holding on to him so tightly?
It sees him as a means to an end, I suppose.
What kind of, Daston is very sweet and he loves knowledge, but what kind of end? He's not that much of a fighter. So what kind of ends would Daston be able to help him with?
That's what I would like to know. But frankly, I'd like to destroy this thing as soon as possible.
Oh, I agree, believe me. Nothing would bring me more pleasure than getting rid of it.
He seems like a nice fellow, this Daston. I hate that he's going through all this.
He's sweet, but rather foolish at times. I do believe that he has much more life to live.
That may explain why I feel so bad for him. I see a bit of a kinsmanship with him.
Well, I'll let you get back to what you were doing. I'm sure you have other things that you would like to attend to. I'll let you go back to it, and I will start my search here.
I wish you luck on your research.
Thank you. You as well.
Thank you. Perhaps I'll go see the rest of your friends for now, or whatever you see them as.
We'll just call them traveling companions for the time being. Not much for friends.
Sounds good.
You love us. Don't deny it.
Estrid's voice just pops into the back of the Sarah's head, and she's just like, ugh.
And he stops for a second.
I'm in your walls. I'm in your goddamn walls.
Before Sergio leaves, he turns around one last time and says, "Miss Visera,
Yes.
if you ever need any help with your issue, please let me know."
My issue.
You don't know?
The one that cursed
Uh,
tissues.
I was cursed when I was younger, but
You don't
what of that?
see that as an issue?
Well, I was on this journey to try to figure out a way to correct it, but it doesn't seem like a very likely thing now. We kind of put an end to the one person who could probably help.
Well, maybe I can be the one other person.
Well,
I'd never say no to a helping hand. However, I think let's focus on helping Dastin first.
Fair enough. Well, again, good luck on your studies.
Thank you.
I think with that, we are actually going to call it for tonight. This was never meant to be that big of an episode anyway, so
That's fine.
so yeah, we'll call it there and we'll come back to it. So yeah, this is kind of a mini arc before we start the next big arc. So
Yeah.
Yes.
I run on manga rules basically of how I approach the storytelling of this. So
So it's like a filler arc.
yeah, pretty
With
much.
still some meaning.
Yeah. I mean, who knows how this arc is going to go? Honestly, I don't have this one planned out very well, so it could be anything, honestly.
You didn't think Terry was gonna be such a
No, you all turned Terry into a NPC, and frankly, even I'm starting to like him a lot now. So,
Harry's a G, okay?
Terry's probably my favorite. I'm sorry, I love y'all, but Terry's my favorite person to converse with.
I do have to admit, I do love like perpetual schmucks in fiction. So there is something even to me that appeals about Terry, honestly. So
Terry.
yeah. All right. Well, hopefully next episode we can have Zoe join us because I really want to have Peony be a part of this arc.
Yes.
So hopefully she can come out of her affliction by next episode. But all right, thank you everybody for watching. I'd like to thank my wonderful players once again. If you guys would like, you can plug something real quick before we head off since you didn't really get to. So
We got Metroid tomorrow.
right.
Oh, we do.
Hopefully we're gonna have a full team.
We should have a full
It's gonna
team
be a
because
lot of fun,
we're gonna-
right?
because our team's archaeologist will actually be at our apartment tomorrow.
Because she's carpooling us to see Tweetu.
Because it is going to now be the two of you. This time I am going to have you both be in it separately.
That's what I figured.
We don't have enough room for 3 people in the webcam.
Like, right.
Yeah, but I don't want you to see my notes.
I've seen your notes before.
You're my wife. Report yourself on my notes.
wife.
I'm in the
My
wall.
leg.
Sorry,
Not
that-
only about your life, about your life.
Yeah. Sorry, the Oni plays fanboy me couldn't resist that. All right.
Would you like my eggs?
No.
All right. So I think with that we are going to call it a night. But thank you everybody so much for watching, and have a great night.
All right, everyone.
Shoot. I think I'm going to have to turn off my computer because my mouse isn't working to end this stream.
Oh,
All right. Well,
no.
Bye.
bye. Bye, everybody.